Hello, this is John Piper with the weekend video clip, and it's Saturday the 1st of December. Starting with a chart of the DAX, going back to the beginning of the year. Just a great big ABC all year long, really. New all-time highs in January, then A, B, C down to this low a couple of weeks ago. A little bit more than the C wave, was slightly longer than the A wave, but not by too much. I think about 200 points, so quite similar in many ways. We're now, having seen an ABC, there are two basic parameters. We're expecting some kind of a bounce. We have got the Christmas, we're now in December. We have another 3 weeks, no, 3 weeks, sorry, to the Xmas expiry. This is generally a very positive time of year. Also, we've got this possible A wave here. Let's go down leg, have a look at a bit more detail. So we go down to the last 3 months action. In fact, go a bit lower than that, 1 month. Take this to the chart here. Again, we have an A, B, C, then an A, B, C decline. And this little blip here could be the start of the Xmas rally. If it were to equal the A wave, so from around 11,000 to 11,440, we'd see a high around 11,660, and we can expect perhaps a bit of exuberance beyond that. But on the DAX, it does look like we're seeing the kind of action we would expect to see into an Xmas rally. Now, looking at Wall Street, very different pattern. We saw the peak in August of this year, although it was really a failed break from new highs, so mainly going sideways beforehand. Another ABC down here, then another ABC to here. I've labelled that CB, but I think in fact it may just be an A wave. It should be an A, a B, and another C coming in. And actually on the Dow we now have 5 waves up, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it could be we're going to see a bit of a sell-off. Again, we're in December period, so that may not amount to very much. We may just go maybe straight up into December. And possibly new all-time highs again, I guess. Not impossible, certainly. All right, gold. No change of opinion here. I treat this decline, this ABC, as a wave 2, following a 1, 2, 1, and then 2, and looking for a breakout to the upside. We've got 5 waves here, ABC here. So I'm looking for the market to move ahead here, above 12.44. And above 12.30 around here. I would suggest extreme stops as one of the trading systems we use. It's free to all subscribers, and there's a link to it in most of the reports. If you haven't got a copy of the extreme stop system and you're a subscriber, let me know and I'll send it out to you. But basically just put a stop below an extreme with a view to catching the move. It's guaranteed to catch good moves, and it keeps you safe from many bad moves as well. So it's a very simple system, but it's actually quite an effective system. Anyway, I'm looking at gold to go up. All right, let's have a look at Bitcoin, which is continuing to confuse the issue. As many of you know, I launched the Uhura system along with Boveda Media a couple of months ago, and our plan is to turn £1,000 into £1 million. This would be quite a trading feat. I think it's very possible, in fact. I think that Bitcoin certainly, historically, it was 10 years old on the 31st of October. Historically, it has made moves allowing that sort of trading finesse a number of times. In fact, following a 70% decline, the average rebounds is 63 times, by 6,200%, and that data came from Weiss ratings. So if you manage to catch a 63x move, this is Bitcoin itself, the altcoins can amplify moves, then that 63x is half of the journey from £1,000 to £1 million. So in my view, the prospect is definitely possible. Of course, I've done part of it myself when I started back in October 2016, so I've been well beyond 10x into December 2017. But it would be quite a nice achievement to turn £1,000 to £1 million. And I say I believe it is definitely a possibility, definitely something that can be done. It's just a matter of catching the lows. We've been slowly building a small portfolio in Bitcoin, but not too much because of the possibility of this decline, which was expected. Sorry, not expected, but it was certainly a strong possibility. So have we seen the lows is really the key thing. Incidentally, there's a link in the email to sign up for Uhura if you'd like to get on board this. It's a bit of a no-brainer in the sense that what other areas will give you that sort of possibility of turning 1,000 per million? It's not something that happens very often, but the cryptos do offer that. Okay, you might lose the 1,000, but you have to weigh the risk and the reward. I think risk and reward is a basis for our entire lives in some sense. And in my view, the risk reward is extremely attractive. And if I look at this, the short-term action here the last month, when I was looking at this chart last Sunday morning, I thought that we had seen the low because my target area was 2.5, 3.5. Saw this nice spike coming in, just below that level, a nice thrust up. But since then, it's all gone a little bit pear-shaped. This was an A, B, C, so that looks like a correction. And then perhaps a B and a 5-part C. We've also got this further decline here. I mean, it's possible this could be a 1, an irregular A, B, C, 2, but that's a bit contrived. This could be 1 of 3. This could be 2 of 3. So it's not totally impossible the lows end. And certainly the market's behaving with some enthusiasm. So we'll have to wait and see. I've been nibbling a bit and trading. I mean, currently there's a good stop below there, 2 spike lows. So that provides a very low risk opportunity. Let's look at Ethereum just for a comparison. Ultimately, a very similar pattern. We've got the same sort of low here. We've got the same. That's actually, it could be a 1, I suppose. Then an A, B, C, 2. Then a 1 of 3, a 2 of 3, and this could be 3 and 3, so 3 of 3 starting up. The pattern actually wouldn't look too bad, but it does need a solid thrust up now. Without the solid thrust, then this is just an ABC correction, and we're going to go lower. And that is quite worrying, having seen 5 waves down into here. It would suggest that the correction will probably outlast the year. Well, definitely outlast the year, really. So it would be reassuring to see a decent thrust up in the near future. Well, that's all today. If that's anything useful. Anyone wants to have a chat about Uhura, please feel free to get in touch. The email address is, I think, in the YouTube, it's certainly on the email. But I'd be happy to talk that through. Anyway, otherwise, have a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed the support, and bye for now.